Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. I'm the most imperfect YouTuber here on YouTube. It's true, I'm the most imperfect. I am not perfect at all. I am just flawed like hell. But for over 7 years, I've been doing that same thing ever since then. Since, of course, May 27th, 2006, I have to make sure it was in front of me, or otherwise I'd forget the date and be like, oh, and then have to go drink a bottle of V8 juice. I've been on this website ever since then. I've been this big, chunky, fat guy who bought a web camera because he was over eccentric about trying out this new medium, this new media website, where it was interesting, I would say, the first bit of it. You know, I have not, when I originally started this website, talked too much about gaming. When I was, obviously first using the camera, I just tried to do blogs. I try to be like other YouTubers out there, and I think that's what a lot of people do on this website primarily, is aim for something they notice on the website that's popular or something that's very successful for somebody, or they just want to fit in or something like that, because you'll see like bounds of thousands and thousands and thousands daily of people who are Minecraft players who just record and just talk and ramble about God knows what. And I'm guilty as that myself, because one of my guilty pleasures is Minecraft, but lately I've been sidetracked, been doing a lot of other things. So looking back at what I've accomplished on the website and looking at myself now, obviously I'm not a success story. I would say that definitely. I mean, I'm not somebody that's the most popular guy. I mean, that's to me not very important. And there's like folks out there such as Pete Dorr and Happy Console Gamer, Review Tech USA, and the list goes on, guys. I mean, for real, it's just a lot of folks on here, who have a lot of credibility, have a lot of respect from the community, like Gamester81 and Cessna Ace. I mean, again, if I would have sit here all freaking day and name every person, I'd probably be out cold sleeping, because I'd be tired, exhausted, and but it's just really crazy to be able to sit here for 7 years, on and off, and look at the website and see how it grew and how people were disappointed with things, and how things got out of hand with things, and things of other things, and things of things, and just how the evolution of the website came to be of just super popular medium where you are pretty much just another fish in the pond. And that's generally how I feel with myself. I mean, I'm just another fish in the pond like everybody else. I'm just the, I would say the clownfish, because I like clownfish. They're kind of cute little fish. I heard they're kind of aggressive, even though they eat plankton off things. But I don't know, I just feel like sometimes I can look at myself on this website and go, and this is me chugging along, doing what I usually do. But is it also that small fragment of me that sometimes feel like it's all worth it or anything like that too? It's just, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've accomplished enough, but deep down knowing inside I could probably do more. And at the same time, it's like, why do I need to pressure myself into that ratio or try that hard to do that? I mean, this is what a lot of people try to do on this website now. They feel like it's a race. They need to be on top, or they need to be popular just in order to be on the website. And I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people on here who are genuine. You got those guys that just named off the top of my list just now, as well as Luke Morris 1 and Big Daddy Darth, and there's one person that I've really held dear, and she's not around anymore. Miss Story. She was on here, mind you. She did not really do anything to get popular, which it wasn't really her goal anyway. She never was like that. And she would just do videos of her and the boy, or her hanging out with her boyfriend, or doing an activity, hanging out with her dad, or you know, things like that, you know, her everyday activities. And that was the other fragment of what I like to watch every single time she uploaded a video. I used to like to, every time I see her upload a video, it was like a treat. I was like, ooh! So I'd go and watch it. And sadly, that's not going to happen anymore, but, I don't know, the more I look at this website every single day, the more I just feel like it isn't that I want to take a break, because I enjoy doing it at the same time. It's just that other side of me, and everyone feels this. I mean, there's just certain people out there, they just hits them every once in a while, and they get back on track anyway. So, the more and more I study this website, it just, to me, seems like I've got a lot of benefit from it. Like, I've benefited a great deal, gained a lot of friends on here, I've learned a lot of things, and at the same time, I don't know. I don't know sometimes. So, somebody pointed this out to me, and they asked me this question because they notice how my content usually, you know, kind of tremors, so to speak, where it just goes up, it goes down, it goes up, but it goes down. Like, I don't be consistent or anything particular like that. But it was recently, very recently, ever since January, how come you haven't been really ecstatic posting content? And well, as the reason I pointed out before, probably to a couple of friends, the main reason why, or at least a little bit recently, at least I ricochet, I suppose, but was the fact that I usually get general input from a lot of my friends, which I'm always grateful when that happens, when they say, oh yeah, you checked that out, it was pretty cool. It was one person in particular I really loved hearing from every single day, and that was Tori, or Mystery. So, those 3 years that I've known her, you know, I was just so grateful to know her, and, you know, she usually called me a goofball, or it kept me going, pretty much. But as I say, that's life, and you can't really stop to focus too much on that fragment of your life, or you're just going to be more screwed up than usual. But the other part of this video was some pickups I've received. And make sure I got everything here. And you probably noticed on my wrist here I got a watch, which I got really cheap at, like, Target, which was sort of a celebration watch, so to speak. I mean, again, I did not pay anything too much for this. It's like a $16 watch that was like $2. So I've purchased this as a celebration, like, yay! At the same time, I needed like a nice watch anyway, something that looked nice anyway for any occasions I might attend, like I don't know, like if I'm going to like a get-together or something and I require a nice suit, have like a decent-looking mediocre watch that really isn't. I mean, when it comes to these analog watches, they're okay. I like digital ones a lot, and I mean, I can read it, but it's just the fact it's like trying to read it. So, a couple of these pickups here. Is that it? Yep, everything is here. So, a couple of these things I got here was actually, let's see, got myself worked up a little bit there. So I got a couple of World of Warcraft Mega Bloks figurines, and pretty sick, but pretty awesome. I mean, I don't play World of Warcraft at all, but the toys were on sale, and could not pass them up, so I like building things anyway like this. I mean, it's a kid's toy, absolutely, but fuck it, right? It's a collectible, too. So, a Warven with a, what am I called? Tauren. Tauren. The, Tauren. And, you know, it's pretty much a Menador on steroids. It's a buffalo. And, he's riding this Warven, which is a mount. I'm not sure if this is an actual mount in the game, because I don't really freaking follow it that much, but... I got that, as well as I picked up another figurine, which was really cheap, actually. It was pretty affordable, so that's why I swooped down on this. Plus, it was a character I wanted to get anyway, which was Cinder. It came with a card. Now, I got this loose, as you can probably tell by cardboard and everything. But, got that, and the character's pretty cool. I actually dig her. I think this is a chick. I had this sound on mute when I was playing with her, though, but I'm not sure this is a chick or not. I have to go and listen. But, pretty cool figurine. Her ability, or his ability, is when she or he runs around, and it's like an alternate attack. I think it's like the square button. She releases these skeletons, which are like little dusty-looking skeleton thingies in the mid-air, and if enemies run through it, they get damaged a lot, which it's a little damage per second kind of thing. And that's the thing I liked about some of these characters in this game, is like they very much have variety, which is pretty interesting. I mean, generically, they kind of feel the same, but at the same time, they don't. So it's a weird toss-up. So the next thing I got was some adhesive bandages. PacMan. So, you know, it's pretty cool. I mean, they're not anything special, really. They actually gave me 11 in this package. I think it was 11. Hold on. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, I was wrong. It was 10. But I got this generally because I wanted to wipe the boo-boos. But no, collector's piece, really. The box is really awesome. I mean, it's a really generic-looking Pac-Man in the back there. And it's really nothing spectacular, but just the box art's really cool. And I mean, for $1, I mean, whatever, right? You can give the person who developed this packaging some money, and you get a cool collectible for your shelf or anything else in particular. And the next thing for all those wrestling junkies out that visit my channel on occasion is the greatest super wrestling superstars of super time. But no, it's the greatest wrestling stars of the 80s. I actually just finished watching this. It's pretty cool. Little highlights from each wrestler. Some go a little bit more in depth, the more popular characters. For example, Dusty Rhodes. They went pretty decent with Ric Flair. Wow. Hulk Hogan, and they brought up Paul Orndorff, which had a pretty decent feud with Hulk Hogan for a while, along with Ric Flair, and you know, various characters provided there. With Roddy Piper. You know, I can't do his voice at all. I'm really terrible at it. So, pretty cool. It was awesome to watch through. I'm probably going to watch all the matches on here after as well. I just pretty much watched all the highlights first, and then I'm going to go back and watch individual matches, which in the back they show some of the highlights of the matches and general matches. $5 at Target wasn't too bad. That's why I swooped down on it primarily. That night, you know, obviously I'm an 80s kid, so it's a given. You have to show the love and give WWE some more money, I suppose. Now, for the horror junkies, I got this on Blu-ray, and this is one of my favorites out of the series, or the trilogy at least, for now, because I'm probably making another one of these, and Bruce Campbell is going to be all over that. And if you got the name reference, you automatically know. Evil Dead 2. Now, this had a combination of excessive gore as well as comedy. It was a horror comedy film, which it was so cheesy, very campy, but it was just an awesome, great film. I can go on about it all freaking day. But, of course, I need to refresh my memory by simply watching it, which I need to at some point tomorrow. Now, I'm going to get the first movie. I'm going to get the Army of Darkness. However, again, this is a thing that usually ruffles my feathers slightly. And it's the fact that every single time I usually bring up Evil Dead 2, they go, well, that was okay. But I like Army of Darkness. And then they always talk about Army of Darkness for like half an hour, and I'm just like, that one's alright. I mean, it isn't the movie I can watch every time. I mean, if it's every once in a while, if I see it's on, I sit there and watch it. But yeah, it's just not one of my favorite films. I mean, it was cool, but I don't know what it was. It's just I think the comedy was way too over the top. I mean, it wasn't that it was raunchy. It was just sort of they over excessively did it, where it just to me wasn't. I wasn't enjoying it so much. I mean, it was a cool movie again, but it wasn't my forte. I mean, I was more watching Evil Dead because of the horror aspect of it, more or less. Which again, Army of Darkness was like a variety show, so to speak, where you get all these elements to it, but it doesn't quite stick to each bit too much, other than the comedy. So it was a good film for a lot of folks, but for me it was like, it's okay, kind of thing. But this one I prefer a lot more. The last item I've got here is actually something that's vintage. And that, of course, is the Beatles Yellow Submarine. These are Connect toys, which I believe these are from the UK. Yep, from the UK. From Tommy. And these are the alternate versions of Ringo, Paul, George, and John Lennon. Some people say I used to look like John Lennon, which I don't really see the resemblance. But, yeah, these are Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Ha! I'm David Bowie. But anywho, these are some little figurines there. Made in China, because those cheap workers are always sufficient, I suppose. In the back, real quick. But yeah, really cool collector's item here, I would have to say. May not be worth too much in the future, but just because I have a soft spot for the Beatles. So, saw it was cheap, said hell yes, let's swoop down on that beast. So, yeah, that's really how I'm going to celebrate my 7th year belatedly here on YouTube. So, again, I'd like to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart who has supported me over the years. I'm very grateful for what everyone's done for me in the past. Like, obviously they sent me packages and all this, and haven't forget that. I'm like one of those guys that are very sentimental about things. So when someone gives me something like that, I'm just like, oh Jesus, Jesus Christ, I'm just humbly grateful kind of person. I feel like I need to give them back something, and they usually go, fuck off, Daniel, give me back anything. It's all good. So it's a very nice feeling generally overall. So, thank you all for watching this video, and as always, more soon. So, touch your nipples, stroke your penis, and see you later.